How's it going, guys? Welcome to Fatberg. Today we're going to be taking a look at some pretty fucked up footage off of TikTok. I don't even know if I should be swearing yet. I've heard that YouTube hides your footage if you swear too early in a video. Whatever. So, this video made rounds earlier this year, I think. And essentially it is footage from a urban explorer. If you don't know what that is, it's basically somebody who finds an old abandoned building and films it, whatever. Pretty interesting stuff to watch. I like watching every once in a while if somebody goes to something that's actually cool, like an old fucking bomb silo or some shit. But this one's out of China. So the video was not translated by the uploader in English, which kind of messes with the story a little bit because there's a lot of different variations of what's happening here. But the video shows an urban explorer in China who goes to either an old medical facility or some kind of factory. It doesn't look like either of those things to me. And in this building, let's just call it a building, because again, I can't tell you what it's supposed to be. He finds a massive water reservoir of some sort, and it is full of bodies, okay? The bodies of children, specifically. He films it. He begins to throw up, retch, or whatever, and then leaves, okay? And that's the story. That's what we got. He makes a few comments in the video. Like, the first thing he says is that these are fake. Right, he says that they're props from a movie, and then he proceeds to act as though, no, they're not, they're real. Nobody really knows for sure why he does that. Some people think it may have been to avoid pissing off the almighty algorithm on TikTok. Some people think it may have been to not piss off the Chinese government because, you know, that they'll see him say that they're fake right off the rip and be like, okay, it's fine, stop watching here. But no, he then doubles down into saying that they're real. So there's video footage of this. It's still floating around. There's 3 videos. And that's where it gets fishy to me, is this guy actually fucking goes back 2 times over the course of like a year. I think it was 9 months or something like that. And I feel like I'm losing track a little bit here. A lot of people believe that this is footage of a organ harvesting plant, which I hope not, because this place is decrepit and rotten. So if you're getting an organ transplant from here, you're not going to survive it, I don't think. But that's up for debate, I suppose. So he goes there a second time a few months later and films the same tank. Things have been moved around a little bit, but it's all still there, ultimately. The bodies are absolutely still there. And one of the things that people say makes this seem real is the bodies have decomposed further, and it's very detailed. If they're fakes, they're very good fakes, but that's not impossible. People fake shit all the time, and they do a good job at it nowadays. So he goes there, and then I believe he goes back a fucking 3rd time, and it seems as though people have come and gone, left things, and brought things back. Bodies are still there, decomposing more. And he films all of this. There's nothing, this isn't Bigfoot footage. It's not like a blurry fucking image from a mile away. He gets the camera right in the tank and you see what's going on. I don't think this is real. It's one of the reasons I'm even talking about this, because I don't really, like, I get down on gore content and shock content on the internet. I don't get into live death that much unless, you know, it's an asshole who has it coming. Like, I love watching the Ukraine war footage of the Ukrainians fucking taking out some Russians, because, you know, fuck them. So, but something like this, no, I wouldn't really watch this. But I'm bringing it up because, again, I think it's fucking fake. One of the reasons I think it's fake is because this guy goes back multiple times and the shit's all still there and nobody really says anything. If this was an organ harvesting plant, I imagine they would have come across this and moved the goddamn bodies. If this was the Chinese government, I imagine they would have moved the bodies and then killed this guy or something. And 3 times, he goes there 3 fucking times. And again, it's all just there for him to see, and he's shared this online. Nobody else has found this place. The bodies themselves, there's a few things about it. Again, if it's fake, it's a very good fake, right? But there's a few things, like for one, some people say like, oh, you could see bugs and stuff. The bugs wouldn't be there if it was rubber. I don't see any of that shit. I just see some like grody looking like mannequins floating in a pool. Just the information on this video is all over the place. Everybody's saying something different. I'm probably saying something different than what everybody else has said at this point. But again, the video is not in English. It has been, some of it has been translated, and it's been translated by people separate from the author. So again, there's going to be some discrepancies there. And then the original story was kind of up to interpretation to begin with, and people will see the first thing and run with it, you know. But we're going to watch this. I'm going to watch this. I can't show you this shit. It's on YouTube. I don't know how, but I'm not going to show it to you. If you want to find it, look up, I typed in Chinese urban explorer finds bodies, and it's all on YouTube. Again, I don't think it's real. This is, it's like 4 minutes of footage here. Might be kind of dull, but I'm going to show the whole reaction, I guess, to it. This is the second time I've watched it. So, this is the first video. It's 44 seconds long, and then I believe this one is translated and the other two are not. So let's see what we got here. Turn that down a little bit. He's also got like a soundtrack and shit, and he's totally cool with this. Is one thing that's a little fishy about it. Like, he doesn't seem too panicked. It just doesn't look that real to me. It's fucking gross. Like, don't get me wrong. He's straight up giving you the whole, like, oh, remember to like and subscribe, guys. If you want to see more content similar to this one. I don't know if you could hear that, but yeah, he starts, like, freaking out and, like, puking toward the end of it. There is no sign of maggots or flies or anything, and these things are fucking rotten, right? Like, there would be some sort of nature activity happening here at this point. The other thing I notice, and again, I've seen real gore content online. The one thing that makes this look fake to me is, people are gooey, would be one way to put it. You turn the jelly. These things look hard as a rock. They almost look like porcelain or something. Like it's a hard material. I'm not a fucking expert. I wouldn't want to be an expert on this kind of stuff, but it looks like a very, very good fake to me. So that's video one. He shows up, he films the tank. Everything's quite raw, and if these are real, they've been there for a long time. It's floating in water. I think that would speed things up a little bit, but it's definitely been there a minute. I think I've read somewhere that the people in the surrounding town were like, of the mind to not go to this place, like they were afraid of it or something. They don't really specify why. I'm trying to remember the fucking details as I go along. Let's take a look at video 2. That's 3. Okay, here's 2. So I don't know how much time has passed, but it was months, if I remember right. It's a multi-store building. Kind of looks like a hospital, but also not. More like a fucking apartment complex. This place is overgrown. I could not tell you what this place actually is supposed to be. I think it's a real abandoned building he found. See all kinds of bullshit floating in there. This is a real abandoned building. He probably found this place. If it's fake, he probably found this place and set this up. So he finds like skeletons and shit the second time. I forgot about that. Like adult skeletons. Bottles of liquid, like formaldehyde or something. They're unlabeled. Masks. Like a rabbit mask. Again, he's totally fucking cool with all this. He is not particularly alarmed at all.
这个应该是医院拍的片子。在走廊东侧
I would be afraid to just be in this place if it was empty,
这个
man.
房间格局像不像是实验室？现在我已经来到3楼，
He's upstairs now.
这里的楼梯都已经这个样子。
He went into like the
上下
basement
特
in
别
the
危
first
险。
video.
医院的1楼、
Looks like
2
there's
楼、
blood
3
on the
楼
ground.
空空如也，并没有发现特别之处。
Yeah, I don't remember that the first time. There's like fresh
还是
blood
红
on
心
the
观
ground.
上以上，下期节目见。
Okay, so in that video, he doesn't show much. He walks through the building, he finds like some odds and ends, and he finds a skeleton, again, an adult skeleton. The bodies in the tank are kids. The skeleton is clearly a fully grown adult. And he's going up the stairs, and there's like a trail of fresh blood going up the stairs. And it looks very fresh. It's fucking bright red still. That shit doesn't hold its color, and it's not covered in dust or anything like that. So that was recent. If it was real, we'll continue with that. I just don't believe this. It's also like, it's just such a fucking crazy thing if it did happen. So this is video 3. This is the longest video. It's only 1 minute and 30 seconds. Let's see what we discover. Again, months pass. Yeah, I remember this now. More skeletons. He's got a soundtrack and everything to this. This is like well-edited footage. Finds like a jaw. And I think some skulls. The skulls look very real. The noise they make is a little weird though. Could just be his microphone. Some sort of pile of something. Fleshy looking, but it's not anything identifiable. He's like underground now. I don't think this is the same fucking place. I have no reason to suspect that, but nothing about the footage of the above ground building implies that this is here. It's just in some underground, like, catacombs, and they're big, you know, like, this is a massive underground facility. It's, like, partially flooded. Another skeleton. Large bone. I don't even think that's human. Oh, shit. Okay. So, watching this a second time, yeah, I buy that even less, honestly. Like, sitting down, like, with the headphones on and watching this. So all the bones and stuff he finds, like he picks them up fucking barehanded, totally cool with that as well. And they don't really, bones have a specific noise. He doesn't, they sound almost wooden or something. But again, that could just be the camera. I can't say, I'm not an expert on any of this shit, especially not audio, so. Visually, everything looks really fucking good, like movie level quality, right? So if it's a fake, this guy definitely put some time and potentially some money into it. But if it's real, this is so fucking insane and also stupid. Because if the people that are doing this, like, you're telling me they didn't hear about this? This went viral for a minute. Like, this was even just, this was on TikTok. This guy uploaded this shit to TikTok. A lot of people heard about it, and it made rounds on the rest of the internet. But none of it looks 100% real. It all looks a little off to me. Again, looking at this, he doesn't show how he gets into this underground area. So it's a massive, like, sewer system. It looks like the fucking Paris catacombs or something. It's huge. And the above-ground building he shows, I think it's a hospital. But it could be anything, man. It could even be a boat. Let's say that. There's nothing there that shows like a big like underground entrance or anything, and he doesn't show how he gets into that. He doesn't even really show how he gets upstairs. The blood splatters, those gotta be fucking fake, dude. There's no way that somebody got stabbed or something there, wandered out of the building. This guy comes back months later and it's still there, bright red, undirtied or sullied by the environment. And it's just on the stairs. He's looking at this set of stairs, and it doesn't, like, really run out of the building or anything. It's like he came by with some fucking ketchup and went up the stairs with it. That's fake. I think that is fake. It's a very, very good fake. I'm being very critical. This is a fun fucking video. Like, that's some good horror content for TikTok. Like, this guy isn't playing. But there's no way this shit's real. This guy apparently went dark for a few months and then came back to TikTok and never really mentioned any of this again. So, like, he disappeared. He didn't get arrested or anything. Maybe he got fucking banned. I don't know. But, so I found something, though. This is gonna contribute to the idea of maybe this is real, which, again, I don't think so. But this is an article from 2010. China in uproar over dumped dead babies. Okay, this is on ABC News, or NBC News. Sorry, this is a real article. China officials have sought to contain public outrage after workers at a hospital dumped 21 dead fetuses in infants near bodies of water. So, basically what happened here is it looks like just, I don't know, a hospital was overworked or something, and they had a bunch of bodies and they had to fucking get rid of them somehow, so they just went to some rivers and lakes around the area and took bags of dead babies, you know, and chucked them in the water. This happens a lot, actually. This happens in America. There was a story around COVID where like a truck full of dead fucking COVID victims was abandoned around like New York or something. It wasn't even like the middle of Wyoming. It was a big city. It happens a lot. So let's say if this is real, it's not a fucking organ harvesting plant. I mean, I don't really know where people are getting that. It seems like really superficial evidence pointing towards that. Like they're like, oh, the bodies are open. Somebody was in there getting stuff. It's like, no, I don't think so. If they would rot, and they don't look like they've been maimed or anything. It's just some of them are kind of like, you can see the fucking skeleton and shit. If this is real, it's probably something like that, like a hospital just trying to get rid of shit. Like the incinerator's down for Wednesday, guys, and we got a ton of shit in the back. So what are we gonna do? Something like that. I don't think it's a serial killer. Some people is like, oh, maybe it's a serial killer's dumping ground. No, probably not. I think it's a TikToker who wanted to make a fun video, and as somebody who loves horror content, this is fucking wild. Almost makes you want to get on TikTok. But that's it for today. Thanks for watching Fatberg, and hopefully I'll have some more reaction videos and some proper breakdowns. I threw this together at last minute. I'm sure I didn't explain anything well at all, but stay tuned for more of that.